and welcome along to the Invincible podcast with my man Lee Judges in the building. We are here. We are feeling good. We're still in the Champions League, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Now we've all been there, rushing around, starving, no time to cook, and then suddenly you're making questionable life choices at the meal deal fridge.
That's where Huel comes in. A proper meal in a bottle. No prep, no cooking, no regret. Just grab a drink and get on with it.
My personal favourite, the Black Edition. Why? Because it's got 35 grams of protein, so you're fueled up like Declan Rice covering every blade of grass. 26 vitamins and minerals, so you're not left as short as Arsenal's squad in the January window. And it actually tastes like a milkshake.
Huel shakes are so good, even Turkish wouldn't argue with the lineup. Chocolate, vanilla, iced latte, and strawberry banana. No debates, just quality.
And unlike spending £15 on a sad stadium burger, Huel is affordable, quick, and actually fills you up. You can grab Huel at Tesco, Sainsbury's, or direct from their website.
And because we've got you covered, new customers get £10 off plus a free gift using the code Invincible at huel.com/invincible.
I want to get a little gift, maybe a gold trophy.
Hey, yeah, first of all, big up Huel, man. You know what? It's actually really good, right? Because it's a thing that I struggle with. You know, since I've been been a bit on my weight loss journey, right? One of the things I struggle with, right, is that later on in the afternoon,
get a bit hungry.
Yeah, get a bit hungry from all the filming. What do I do? What do I eat? But so this has really come in handy. This has been good, right? And I've got the strawberry and banana flavour.
I've got vanilla because I'm that sort of guy. Vanilla guy.
You're the vanilla guy.
And that is lovely.
Nice. Right?
So instead of having a dinner, you have this.
Yeah, but why vanilla? Right? Because, you know, right now, those are the colours of Real Madrid. Right? So... See?
Give me the strawberry one, please.
Strawberry and banana, right? Arsenal. Yeah. Because, of course, we now know who Arsenal are going to play in the next round, the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's not Liverpool.
It's not Man City.
It's not Man City. It's Real Madrid. That is who we've got. It's the glamour tie. It's the tie that I wanted for a couple of reasons, and we've got it. The couple of reasons were, which I've been saying quite a lot, is number one, I just felt that Atletico, another great side, by the way, I felt that the style of how they play, we'd struggle even more against. And that sounds crazy because Real Madrid are the best team in the world. But we know that Madrid are going to come at us. We know with all their attacking prowess, and they ain't sitting back, right? So it may be more... You can't say easy, can you? You can't say that. It's not easy to play against because look at the firepower. But I just don't think that Atletico would have suited us at all. You saw it even that second leg against Real Madrid in how they played, right? And they're expert. They're the best at it.
Yeah.
Right? And also, my second reason is it's just such an unreal tie. It's a glamour tie.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't had it since the last time actually we got to the final of the Champions League when we beat them at the Bernabeu. It's the glamour tie. It's the, you know, if you love football, which we all do, right? Obviously, we love our team. We love our players. But to know that the Emirates is going to be also graced with the presence of Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, you know, players of that quality are coming to town, and our players, Saliba's, Gabriel, Declan Rice are going to be up against the very best. I mean, you tell me someone who doesn't want a ticket to that game. It gets you, you know what I mean, even though that game's 3 weeks away, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's just a game.
I can't wait. It's like restored the season for me because, you know, the league's done. We know Liverpool going to go on and win that. We ain't going to catch them. But that's just restored my... I don't know, I'm excited.
Gives you something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, Atletico Madrid, we was there a few years ago in the Europa League, weren't we? Like, you know, it's a fantastic new stadium. Sort of tick that one, if I'll be honest. That's the way I'm looking at it. The Bernabeu is so iconic, but it's all new now. It's completely different.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to go there again. And all the times that we've been in Europe and all that. We've hardly ever played Real Madrid.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's mad.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we always
It's
seem
mad.
to not play them.
We always but we've played Barcelona loads of times. Atletico, we've been Bayern. So for me, it is the one. And how I look at it, you know, you got to beat the best. So if you're going to win it, you got to beat the best. So let's just see where we are and how far we are from them. Like, you know, I think it'd be a more entertaining game.
Yeah.
Over the two games. That's why I've gone for it. Like, you know, if I'll be really honest, I think we'd probably lose to Atletico Madrid 1-0 over 2 legs. Where this one we'd probably lose 5-4 over it. Like, you know, so that's how I see it. And I just feel like
hold on. So almost like you're giving us no hope, isn't it?
No, I think
you said we lose. 5-4.
I don't think we're not favourites, are we?
No, obviously we're not favourites.
I don't think we're favourites.
Can't be favourites.
Huh?
Of course we're not favourites.
No, but this is the point I'm going to say. So, were PSG favourites to beat Liverpool? No. Probably not, but they got through.
Not probably not. Definitely.
Definitely not. Then, like, you know. So there you go. So you know, were Plymouth favourites to beat Liverpool in the FA Cup? I'm sorry, I'll keep picking on Liverpool here, but like, you know, they're the best at this moment in time in the Premier League. Plymouth beat them. So in football, there's always a chance. Oh, the only thing that I would say, over 2 legs, it's a lot tougher to do it, you know. But listen, it's the side that I wanted, you know. And if we go out in that game, it's no disgrace if we go out.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm with you. Like, remember, I think you was in your fan cam that you did after the game against PSV. You was talking about, you know, the guys on DR Sports where, you know, they were saying, like Abby and all that was saying 0 chance of
doing all of
know,
this, the cheeky lot.
Of course it's not a 0 chance, you know. We've seen examples of in a cup competition where teams that people are not expecting to win can go on and beat teams above them, right? Did anybody, let me give you a few examples now, right? Did anybody last year expect Manchester United to win the FA Cup?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
They scraped through against Coventry, got to the final. They're up against City. City have been on fire all season. They chased down us in the league. United beat them and beat them well in the final. Nobody thought that, you know. Did anybody expect Borussia Dortmund to go all the way to the Champions League final last year? They weren't the best team in Europe. They weren't the second best team in Europe. They weren't even the second best team in their league. They struggled in the Bundesliga last season. But in the Champions League, they went all the way. They got to the final at Wembley against Real Madrid. And if you remember that final, they had a couple of gilt-edged chances, right? Like one-on-one situations and that they should, if they would have buried that, they could have won the Champions League. Did anybody expect Atalanta to beat Bayer Leverkusen in the final of the Europa League last season?
Great call.
Bayer Leverkusen, unbeaten. Invincible, went the whole season unbeaten in the Bundesliga, beating every team as well in the Europa League, get to the final. Not only did they lose, they lost 3-0. Yeah. Lookman with a hat-trick. Yeah. Nobody called that. Nobody called that. So when people say we've got no chance, 0 chance, I'm like, what are you talking about? We have a chance. We're not the favourites. Real Madrid are the favourites, but of course we've got a chance. A good chance as well.
Do you know what annoys me about all of them? What really annoys me about all of them, that all it was just a cheap little shot at Arsenal. And I'll tell you why. Tottenham Hotspur, Abbey, right? Yeah. Go back to when they was in the European Cup, Champions League, you know what I mean?
They got to the final.
And they got to the final.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They rode their luck and everything like that. Sometimes it was... You know, they were even lucky, if you remember, to qualify, because Barcelona already qualified, that they went to Barcelona and got a result and whatever. So like, so she knows exactly what it's like to have a little bit of luck and get through of it. Like, you know, Liverpool 3-0 down against AC Milan in the final. Like, you know, tell me that they got 0 chance of winning it after that. Come back and won it. So he knows. Right, Chelsea have had the worst probably team in Champions League history and have won it.
Yeah,
so
they were 8th that season.
Yeah, so Matisse knows it. Like, you know, the 2 times they've won the Champions League, they've not even got in the top 4. Right, so he knows what it's like. And flex with Man United, outclassed by Bayern Munich for 89 minutes, all of a sudden come back and beat them 2-1. So all four of them know exactly what it's like to ride your luck and get certain results in Champions League, like, you know, and for them all to say 0-0-0 is, you know what I mean, the burning hate for the Arsenal.
and the thing is as well, even this season, you know, Liverpool topped the group, right, in the group stages, or how many teams?
Must they be
30 odd
feeling
teams,
about that?
topped the group, favourites to win the competition. Not Real Madrid, Liverpool were favourites, right? Because remember, look where Real Madrid. Real Madrid only just scraped into. Remember, they were very poor in the group stages. But the one thing about them where they're so good is they peak at the right time. But they just about scraped into it. Liverpool going to that game, 2 legs over PSG. I think Liverpool fans were already looking at. Well, I know it was AGT. They're already looking ahead to who they got in the quarters. They were saying, it's either PSG or Villa and things like that. Sorry, not PSG. It's either Villa or Bruges, and then after we beat them, they're already negotiating their way to the final. Right?
Bayern Munich,
and what happens? Over the 2 legs, PSG not only beat them, they deserved to win. They were the better team over the 2 legs. So, honestly, you cannot... And we beat PSG. We beat PSG. Comfortably. Right? So, you cannot... It's a cup competition. You know, it's not a league thing where it's over the whole period of a season where you play each team home and away. It's a cup competition. It can be, you know, it's not... I mean, last week's game's a draw, right? Last week against Manchester United, we drew that game, 1-1, right? We didn't lose it, did we?
No.
We also drew the game against them at the Emirates in the FA Cup, didn't we? Well, what happened? We lost on penalties, right? That's the difference in these competitions. Was that, you know, last night, you know, Atletico didn't lose over the 2 legs in the...
No, actually...
You know, they lost 2-1 at
they would
Real
have gone
Madrid.
through in the old
format. They would have gone through on away goals. 1-0 at home, penalties they're out on. That's another way in which you can beat a team in this competition.
Yeah.
Right? We've seen many a team win the Champions League on penalties, right? Win semi-finals on penalties. It's a different competition. You cannot say that Arsenal have got no chance. They've got a chance. They've got a chance. I think it's a decent chance. Listen, they are, when you look at their team, you know, the firepower. Mbappe, still for me the best player in the world. Vinicius Jr., you know, probably should have got the Ballon d'Or last year. I think he should have got the Ballon d'Or last year, right? Vinicius Jr., right? Rodrigo's another player. Excellent player, right? You know what I mean? At the back, Rudiger, Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, you know what I mean? It's stacked right throughout that team. Modric, you know, Valverde, right throughout that team. Quality of the highest order. They've got that pedigree of winning this thing, you know, so many times. They just always turn up in those really big games. But
they didn't turn up yesterday, though, by the way. All of those players, you know what I mean, didn't turn up yesterday, what I see of it. They were stifled. You know what I mean? Like, so it can be done. You know, the other thing is, it's 3 or 4 weeks away from now, and they could get a couple of inches by then, like, you know what I mean? So all their forward line could go down.
And on the other hand, we could have a few come back.
We could have a couple come back. So who knows? It's, you know, as you say, cup football is completely different and all that, like, you know. This is the thing about, if you look at football, and particularly the Champions League, it's two different formats, completely different formats. That league format, like, I'm now, when everybody go, it's important to get in the top, I don't care, just qualify, because at the end of the day, Liverpool romped that, and they ended up getting PSG. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's the luck of what it is. You know, Real Madrid had to go through a qualifying round. Who's favourites to win out of Real Madrid and Arsenal?
They are.
Real Madrid. Not because of the league. Like, we come third on that. No one cares that we come third in that they come third. You're playing them face to face now. They're favourites. So from there, next season and all that, like, you know what I mean, like, I don't care where we come, like, because at the end of it, Rob, there's always that element of luck. The luck of the draw. the luck of a decision, the luck of a penalty kick yesterday, because I've seen that about 50 times now. I don't know if it's double-hitted that or not. You know, I don't know. But that's what you have to have. Like, for instance, Aston Villa. Fine margins. Aston Villa come 8th in that group stage, scrape through on to get to top 8. Congratulations to them. They get Bruges through. Right, now you know, they didn't get Real Madrid, they didn't get Inter Milan, they got Bruges. You know what I mean? We got a little bit of luck in the draw, if I be really honest. Like, you know, PSV out of form, you know, we come third, have a little bit of it, like, you know. But that's what I'm saying with this format. Liverpool romped it, and at the end of the day, they probably got the toughest draw, along with Atletico and would probably feel a bit harsh. They got the toughest draw.
No, because Atletico got the harsh draw. I mean, like, you know, because what did they finish in the top 8 as well? And to get Real Madrid, I mean, that's really, really tough. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
The other thing with Real Madrid, for Real Madrid now to progress to the semi-final, they've had to have beaten Manchester City twice, home and away in a two-legged affair. Their biggest rivals in Atletico. Then got to play Arsenal. So by the time,
but then that also shows you why you should get into the top 8, because, you know what I mean, you could have that pathway.
Yeah, you could have that pathway.
But you made a point yesterday that I thought, you know, you don't normally make good points. But this one I was like, wow, what? That is so true. Why is it that we finished third in our group and they had to do a playoff just to even get into the stage, right? How can it be now that we're playing them and that second leg,
they got the advantage? That
second leg is at Madrid, right? That doesn't seem fair to me. That doesn't seem fair. Like,
highest placed one has the advantage.
Thank you. When you made that point, I was like, that's so true. It should be like that next round now. Who are you playing? Oh, you're playing a team that finished below you in the group stages, so you have the choice of where that second leg is played.
100%, and that's something they've got. That is something they've got to change.
Yeah, because how are you finishing that low down?
And you've got,
then now you've got the advantage in this game that could get you to the semi-final, because it is definitely an advantage to have the second leg at your place.
Now, Arsenal, the second highest team in it now. Barcelona are first, and Arsenal are second. Now, Arsenal in their next two games, if they get
games.
So if we get past Real Madrid and say we play Inter Milan, we say we play Aston Villa because we want to keep it English, right? We have to go to Aston Villa, Villa Park, second leg. So we finish higher than Real Madrid and we finish higher than Aston Villa, and them two teams have got the advantage. How is that right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So what should happen is that the draw be made, and they go, right, okay, Arsenal now, because you're the highest placed place. So say if Arsenal were playing Liverpool in that semi-final, right, and Liverpool got through, right, and it was Liverpool go, no, we want to turn that around because we are the highest placed team.
Yeah.
So that's what should happen. Yeah. And that's something that they should look at and do.
Yeah, definitely, because it's definitely an advantage when you've got that second
100%.
leg.
Not all the time, but most of the time.
Not all the time. I mean, it wasn't for, you know, Atletico last night.
But a law of averages it is.
Majority of times, because what it means is you can go in that first leg, maybe eke out a draw and then get them back at your place. And, you know, so it's that doesn't seem fair to me, and that is something they need to look at.
Need to look at
this format.
I do it in non-league. If you're playing in the non-league playoffs, say like the team wins it, you're second and you're fourth. So like second has the home advantage. But if the fourth team wins, but the third team goes through, it's at the third. You're away again, like, you know what I mean? Because you're the lowest ranked team in it, like, you know. It works. It works, you know what I mean? So, and in the Champions League, I can't believe that Arsenal's next two games we're away on both games if we get through against teams that are lower ranked than us from that league. It's wrong.
Can we beat them? And how?
Listen, bit of luck. You know, everybody goes on about Real Madrid are this unbelievable side and all that, like, you know. They were not fortunate yesterday, but like there was nothing between those two teams because they defended properly Atletico. I thought Real Madrid were always looking to push on, what I see of it, but at the end of the day, that's the way that they play. They didn't get in the top 8 for a reason. I don't know what that reason was, but there was a reason for it that they didn't. Like, you know, maybe they don't take it as seriously or whatever. But when they played Manchester City, I thought they was much better team over the 2 legs. They destroyed Man City. So if you play open against them, you'll get done. So Arsenal got to defend very, very well against them. Listen, I think Arsenal have got one of the best defences in Europe and one of the best midfields in Europe. I'm not saying that it's the best, but it's up there. Where we're weak and is up front, and that's something we're going to have to address next season. But if them units work really, really well, there's always a chance. I look back at there's moments in football, aren't there? Like, you know, let's go back to Liverpool when they won the Champions League with Gerrard and all that. They were going out against Olympiacos with a minute to go, and Gerrard hits a blinder. You know, they're going out in the group stages, Rob. If he doesn't hit that goal,
remember that?
Do you remember that? Like, it's an unbelievable goal. But if he doesn't score that goal in that moment in time, they are out at the group stages. Somehow they didn't. He gets that goal, and momentum takes you through. Like, you know, you need a little bit of fortune along the way.
We had it when we got there that time.
100%.
Like, Villarreal in the
penalty. If he scores that penalty, we're out. We was dead on our feet.
Yeah, I mean, I think as well. Like, I look at that and I think Real Madrid definitely. Yeah, listen, they
probably should have beat us at Highbury as well. By the way.
Yeah. Scraped through,
Hanging
I guess, yesterday on penalties, but it's Atletico top side. The game against City, over the 2 legs, much better. But City, I thought, were dreadful. Defending. Remember the mistakes they made, right?
Unreal.
To give Madrid that advantage to take back to their place. We just cannot afford to do that. We cannot afford to defend poorly. We cannot. If we do that, we defend poorly, we're out. But we've got a good defence. You know what I mean? Gabriel, Saliba, they're going to be pumped for this game. They're going to be up for this. This is the biggest game. For somebody like Gabriel as well, coming up against your Vinicius Juniors and that, they're going to know the significance of this game, right? Timber, very important part to play. Thank God he didn't get another yellow, right, when he came on yesterday. He was running around. I was thinking, yo, slow down, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't even want him to come on. But Timber, you know, that back four is going to be really, really important. Declan Rice is going to be a very important player in this game. Arsenal listen, our weakness obviously is up front. But midfield and defence, Arsenal, if they're on the money, can open up teams, and also can be very solid in defence and not concede many goals, right? And then up front now, if those chances arise, this is where the problem lies, I feel. Because I think there will be a few chances over the 2 legs against Real Madrid. Yeah. But are we going to take them? That's the problem. No striker, Mikel Merino. Or will there be? Will it be? Because, listen, the manager said that the way Saka's been progressing, he could be back after the international break. That game, the first game's not until the 8th of April. That's the first leg. Second leg, 15th of April. If he's back after the international break, and they sort of ease him back in for a couple of games, he could maybe not even necessarily start, but he could have a part to play in those games. So let's just say he was able to start. You could have him back in the team, Trossard on that left-hand side, and you could put Martinelli as a striker. He's played that position before. All of a sudden, that comes a little bit stronger. Then you've got a backup of Nwaneri as well for that right-hand side. Like if Saka, say, he's getting a bit tired, you can bring him on, who's also another dangerous player. Or you could rotate that. It may put a little bit of a different complexion on that forward line if Saka comes back. And with his quality up front, that could be a possible difference maker for Arsenal.
Yeah, it could be, and for me, I think the home game is going to be the key. You know, we let ourselves down against Bayern Munich last season by not winning that game. Whatever happens, we
didn't take chances.
Didn't take our chances, so we're going to have to gain that game. Look, the atmosphere is going to be electric in that ground before the game. You know what I mean? Like,
it's our season, isn't it?
Everything about that, like, you know, forget about light shows and whatever. that is going to be. Everybody's going to be buzzing for it, and Arsenal have to use that energy to get through. I think our home form's let us down over the last couple of seasons in all competitions. This is the one where it's got to be on the players to just go to Madrid with a lead. If you don't go to Madrid with a lead, we can forget about it.
Yeah.
If we can go there, like 1-0, 2-1, even better 2-0. I would say even if we won 2-0, I wouldn't say that we're favourites to go through. Like, you know what I mean? So it's got to be some sort of win. We've got to go there, something that we can hang on to, something so you can put a bit of pressure on to. So that first game is key. And listen, big up to all the Arsenal fans yesterday, because I thought, to get the attendance yesterday, was fantastic,
You owe me 50 quid as well, by the way.
Well, I don't know about
you
that.
said it was going to be our fault.
I've got evidence.
You said you're going to see the cannons at the start of the game, right? And you couldn't, right? So where's my 50 quid?
Well, could you see that? Ryan, Ryan.
That's the end of the game. Even with that, he can't help me out. I can't see no cannons.
I can see the whites in there,
No.
To be honest, I'm going to say a big up because, look.
That's the end of the game.
It's not the end of the game.
Get out of here, man.
Right, it's not the end of the game. But what I'm saying is, right, that was a dead rubber for us yesterday.
Yeah,
a lot of money spent, but the ground was a lot fuller than what I ever imagined it would be. And listen, it wasn't a great atmosphere in here. I've got to say, PSV fans, unbelievable. I've never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
If we'd lost 7-1, would you have made it?
We lost 7-1.
Would you make
it? All those people would travel would have been in the pub, right? And did you hear some of the songs they were singing were funny, man? I've got to big them up, right?
They were brilliant.
Did you hear them singing?
No.
Your support is effing.
I did hear that one. Yeah.
In English, right? Hey, they were brilliant, man. Big up to the PSV fans, man. When you think, and also big up to the owners of PSV who gave all their fans their money back.
Yeah.
Cost them 200,000 euros, that did. Refunded back all of their fans the money, said, listen, we lost 7-1 the week before, have this one on us. Would Arsenal have done that?
Well,
no
chance. I don't want Arsenal to ever be in that position.
Please, I don't want to be that. But we've the 5-1, and things like that.
We've had it.
We didn't get nothing back.
We've had it, you know what I mean? And but that, I have to say, was fantastic. So the support, for that, the energy in that game is going to be unbelievable. And a big up to the Arsenal fans yesterday, because I did think a lot of them did turn up yesterday. Yeah. It was come on, it weren't a great game.
It was like watching a pre-season friendly.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah,
right? You want
you're
your team to
spending
win.
a lot of money for it.
Yeah, it's over £100 a ticket.
Yeah. And it wasn't a great game.
No. Great goal by Zinchenko, but
brilliant.
Yeah.
I've been really impressed with him, by the way.
In midfield, he's been
in
right.
midfield. I've been really impressed.
How many years have we been? Like James has always been saying.
Yeah, James has been saying that, But I felt in the games that he's come on, he's tried.
Showed the quality.
And yesterday, I thought for 60 minutes it looks a proper player in there.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to say whatever, but it's still professional pride of players out there, still a professional game out there. Goal he took really well. I thought he looked really, really comfortable in there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's got a future there or whatever, but he certainly can play in there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all attentions turn this week to Arsenal versus Chelsea. Ordinarily that's a huge game. Still going to be a big game.
We've got to be looking over our shoulder, Rob.
But we ain't got the league to play for. But it's all about getting in that top four now.
Yeah.
And
which is by no means guaranteed at this moment in time, I don't think, the way we're playing. So, I think we need to put in a performance on Sunday. I do think that we're unfortunately we're going to scrape through. If we do, it's not. I don't think we're going to. If we're going to get over the line, we're going to crawl over the line. I really do. I don't see us. The performance against Man United, by the way, was shocking. Shocking performance.
Can't break down a low block.
But
really Chelsea won't be a low block, will they? That's not how they play.
I think if Chelsea come here and are open and get beat, then I'm looking at their manager. If I was there and going,
that's how they play. They're not going to come.
Well, they've got to change, because if you want to beat Arsenal, there's one way to beat Arsenal. It's guaranteed.
Well, not beat, but you won't lose.
You won't lose, but chances are they've got players that can hurt you. They will beat you.
But we know Chelsea ain't going to play like that. You watch them all season. They've not played like that.
No, they went to Anfield, didn't they, and played really, really well that day. Lost 2-1 and could have won the game. So so if they come in and play, then Arsenal will and this is if we take our chances.
We're looking at the league. Obviously, Liverpool, they're going to win the league, 70 points top, right? In second place, Arsenal, 55 points, right? Third place, Forest, 51 points, 4 points back. Chelsea actually now in fourth place on 49 points, so they're 6 points behind Arsenal. So to get into this top four, it will be significant for Arsenal if they win this game. And when you think of the game with Real Madrid coming up, winning the next couple of games and sort of almost like securing the top four, and also keeping a winning, getting back into a winning, way of mindset, and you're winning games, but also securing that top four, then gives you the options of resting certain players. So like if you've got a game second leg against Real Madrid, and I think this might be Brentford
in the between, isn't it?
You might be able to say, right, Declan Rice, sit that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're kind of looking on it and saying, points on the board, we're looking all right for the top four. So it's important to win these next few games, and it's important with Chelsea, beat Chelsea. You then put like a 9-point gap between us and Chelsea, and then you start to think to yourself, they ain't going to catch us in the race for the top four. So it's a big game for Arsenal. It's
a big game for Arsenal and for them. There's a lot of pressure on them, because they need to get into the top four. All of a sudden, talking to Chelsea fans a few weeks ago, they didn't think they was going to get in the top four. Now, as you say, they're fourth. Yep. So, if Arsenal beat them, the chances are they're going to drop out of the top four again.
Yeah, because they've got teams breathing down their neck. Newcastle are on 47 points as well. Well, listen, they got 49 points. They're in fourth place, yeah? And then check this out. How many teams are within range of them? Say they lost and these teams won. City, 47 points. They could go above them. Newcastle, 47 points in sixth. They could go above them, right? Brighton, in seventh place on 46 points. They could have the same amount of points as Chelsea. Villa, in eighth place on 45, could get within a point of them. And even if you go to Bournemouth, on 44 points, would be within 2 points of them. So
there you go.
I mean, that race for the top four is... but I think with us, if we win that game, we win our next couple of games, you're kind of looking at it thinking... Yeah. You're kind of going to be securing top four. All right, you want to finish...
We haven't won in 3 though, Rob.
Huh?
We haven't won in 3.
We haven't won in 3. We haven't won in 3.
We're not looking good. We haven't won.
We've drawn 2, lost 1.
Do you want to count that? You're going to count yesterday's one as another one? We haven't won, or you're not?
No, I'm just talking about the league. I'm talking about the league, right? So in the league, I don't even count yesterday's game.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like a normal game, was it?
The last 3 games, we've not by far haven't looked done all right against Forest.
Did all right.
I'll be honest. I thought a good performance against Forest. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at the context of other teams going there and everything like that. West Ham we lost to. Are Chelsea better than West Ham? I think they are.
Yeah.
So if we play anywhere like we did against West Ham, which is we're going to get done. So this is a massive game for us.
I do feel, Lee, that.
Where's your confidence coming from then?
Because of how those the 3 teams that you're talking about, how they play. West Ham, ultra low block, mid block, not coming out of their shape, just sitting there, only on the counter attack. Nottingham Forest, even better at doing it. It's just the fact that we played, as you said, much better in that game. Because in the game against West Ham, where we lost that game, probably would have ended in a draw. Is that the defending on that goal was terrible, which was not something we normally see for an Arsenal, right? But Forest, what they've been doing brilliantly all season, low block, mid block, can't break them down. And then Manchester United, defensively, parked the bus, couldn't break them down, and they kept catching us on the counter attack as well when we started getting desperate to try and get a goal back. Conceded a stupid goal from that free kick. But I feel with Chelsea do not play like that. Chelsea, even if they try to go a bit deeper, their natural way of playing with, Cole Palmer, sort of more free roll, Neto, the wide players, the way the wing backs get up, Cucurella, all that, they ain't going to play like that. I just don't see them playing like that. And we know that when teams sort of come onto us, not to say that Chelsea couldn't beat us, they're a good side, but when teams come onto us, we seem to find more spaces. We seem to play better, in those type of games. So I feel confident we can beat Chelsea. I do, just because of the style. It's what every team this season that's played us and that's been very, very defensive. It's been a bit of a struggle.
Oh, I'll be shocked if they come here and attack us. I'll be shocked.
But when have you seen them play defensive this season?
I'll go back to Forest. I've seen Forest be very, very attacking at home.
No. Chelsea, specifically Chelsea. When have you seen Chelsea play defensively?
They weren't that really attacking against us at Stamford Bridge.
Yes, they were.
I didn't think they were. I thought we was in control a little bit there. And once we got the goal,
we played well, but they were having a go though. They weren't defensive, were they? They're not.
No, they're not.
They don't have as a matter of fact, Chelsea don't have a great defense. The player in that defence that I really rate this season, and Cucurella, I think he's been really good. He clamped up Saka in the first game, but defensively, Colwell, they're good, but they're not that. They're not a Forest.
No,
they're not a Forest.
I hear what you're saying.
They're not going to sit deep like Man United. They just don't play that way. They've got guys. You start imagine Cole Palmer sitting deep in defence, hardly getting forward unless it's only on a counter.
Yeah,
they just don't play like that.
I hope they do, because if they do, it'll be more of an open game for us. I think really we need to win this one.
Oh, we do.
We really need to win this one. We need a little bit of confidence back in the Premier League. We need to
pick it up before that Real Madrid game.
And also I don't know how you feel about it. I don't want us to just hand over the title to Liverpool. I know that they've won it, but I don't want to just say, make it easy for them. Make them,
finish the season well.
And start winning a few games. The pressure's off now. We can't win the league. You know what I mean? So just go and try and. It'd be really interesting who plays up front. Whether he does go with Martinelli. I know Martinelli was on a booking yesterday, but he's still giving those minutes that he needed. I think
Martinelli would play. I'd play Martinelli up front. Got to get him used to that role as well now. Now that he's back, you play him up front, and then when he tires, bring on Mourinho.
It's interesting, he didn't put him up there though yesterday, did he?
No, he didn't. And even when against United, he played him wide as well.
He put him wide.
But I want to see him play up front, down the middle. I really do. Or they could do that thing where they sort of change him and Trossard sort of thing. But
so what's your front three be on?
Trossard on the left, Martinelli down the middle, and Nwaneri on the right.
Yeah, that would be my three as well.
Yeah. That's what I want to see. And then later on, when Martinelli obviously just coming back, injury tiring, you bring on Mourinho down the middle.
No Sterling for this game neither. He just can't play.
Can't play, club, yeah. So, and he's stupid. He said got himself another yellow.
After a good performance, big up to him yesterday, because I thought
first half, second half, I don't know what he was doing in that second half, but the first half he was really good.
Yeah, I'm so pleased.
Showed glimpses of what we were used to.
I'm so pleased.
Sometimes these players, right, like much maligned, might have a little part to play in a Champions League game.
Yeah, never know.
Come on, players are tired. That's why he was stupid to get a second yellow.
I didn't think it was a yellow card, neither. He just sort of got the ball and he rolled over the ball, didn't he?
Well, why did he?
Oh no, no need to do it.
Like seconds left. He was mad. He looked out on his feet, but let's get your prediction for the Chelsea game.
1-0
to Arsenal.
Yeah.
No, I think higher scoring game than that. I'm going to go.
It's hard to say. I
think at last we're going to get goals. I'm going 3-1.
3-1.
3-1 or 3-2.
I like to see the team before I make predictions. You know what I mean? So
be a strong team. International break after this. Had an easy game during the week. We'll rest loads of players. Right? 3-2. 3-2 or 3-1. I see goals in it. Before we go, right? We got to get the lead judges meter up and see how you got on with your latest.
I've been rather cool lately, So
you were cool last night, but what about the Manchester United game? Let's see how Lee did on the anger meter.
We're just not good enough. We're not good enough, like, you know. And the manager today has got to. Sometimes, you know, I look back at Arsene Wenger back in his day, George Graham back in his day. They change things that make things you think, oh, that was a bit off the cuff, bit different. It's the same. Whether it's the first minute to the last, nothing changes. He's come off there, look like he's had the hump. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one that's doing this. Yeah,
You're pretty calm then.
Pretty calm.
Pretty calm. They should have done it off the watch along though. You weren't as calm on that.
I was a little bit more angry in the watch along, like, you know. So
yeah, but
I enjoyed doing the watch along, by the way.
You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, like, you know what I mean. It was, you know, going back to the old day, you know, like
COVID.
It was quite.
We don't want to go back to that.
No, we don't go back to that. But it was quite enjoyable.
Yeah,
seeing it, and you see, I don't care what anybody says, Rob. Watch it on TV. Watch it at the game. It's completely different.
Yeah, it is.
There's certain things you see. You only see them once in the game.
Yeah.
Right. So you and then you see someone like, I don't know, some Marino making that mistake. You see it 5 times, and I think, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, it does. It's a completely different watch to when you're watching the game, like, you know. So, but I did enjoy it. Like,
okay, well, listen, we'll be back at the game this week. Arsenal taking on Chelsea, and then it's an international break. But of course, the big one to look forward to: Arsenal versus Real Madrid. We cannot wait. I want to big up the guys from Huel.
Yeah.
Got my meal sorted for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I take this one home with me, can I?
Huh?
Can I take this one home with me?
You can take that home.
Thank you very much.
What you do? Leave it here? What, make someone else drink it?
No,
you know what I mean? It's yours, mate.
I'm having it then. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks to the guys from Huel. And don't forget, if you're interested, right, click the link in the description to get more details about Huel. Thanks to them for supporting us on the show today. And we'll be back next week with another Invincible podcast. Let's go and beat Chelsea. The Invincible podcast. Myself, Robbie, and Lee Judges come together once a week to discuss all things Arsenal. Straight talking, considered discussion, brought to you by the fans of the only club in Football League history to go invincible.